Hi. Hello everyone. I hope everything is working. You can hear and see me. That's already a big step forward, as I can see it. Yeah, and it's a free day as a Russian super final. Time to stream a little bit and to tell you more how it went in the first 6 rounds. Although I must say it didn't go that great for me. But, well, let's go step by step, round by round. You can see on the screen the photos of Maria Emelianova, who is working with us for chess.com here at the site. Her page, her Twitch page is twitch.tv/photochess, so make sure to follow. And for those of you who speak Russian, I'm sure you know, but Maria and Evgeny Tomashevsky, they're doing very interestingly daily reviews of this Russian super final. And yeah, make sure to go and follow and to watch them on chess.com.ru. Anyway, where are you watching me from? Because it's morning in Russia, in Moscow, where I'm located. It's morning, almost afternoon, 11 a.m. And what about you? What time is it in your place right now? Why do I have two alerts? 7 p.m. Ah, good. Yes, 2 a.m. I was thinking that for US this time of the stream is not like great, but I see that it's quite Brazil, 5 a.m. Why are you not sleeping? Well, I doubt it, Michael. I think many viewers are from different places. Why do I have... Maybe he had an alarm. What is that? 9. Okay, anyway, let's go over all the games that I played. I played 6 so far, and to tell you the truth, I didn't really quite get into the tournament mood earlier, unfortunately. And well, we have a sole leader in the Russian in the women's super final, which is Polina Shuvalova. She is leading with a phenomenal 6 out of 6, which is very hard to beat, of course, and very hard to repeat. And 6 out of 6, it's something. It's something. I'm trying to find a table that I can show you. Didn't prepare it. And in the men's section, we have duo leaders. We have Yan Nepomniachtchi and Sergei Karyakin that are showing also a great result, but not, of course, as phenomenal as Polina. 6 out of 6 is something, I would say, once in a lifetime. Okay, let me try to... Okay, let's talk about my games that I played. 6 rounds already behind me. Well, it's too early, of course, to say and to make any... to draw any conclusions yet. Too early, but let's see. let's see, the first game was a good game. I think I was happy about it. It was a hard-fought game. I played against Alina Kashlinska. It was a Rogozin variation, which went straight into the endgame. Well, this is all well-known theory, and we reached the following endgame, and she played g4, a very interesting plan that white sometimes use in this position, trying to gain as much space as possible on the king side, and also preparing at some point, I don't know when, this kind of maneuvers, rook maneuvers. Although I didn't really, I mean, I looked at this plan, of course, at home, but during the game it's a different story. You can prepare and lines at home, but somehow at the board they look differently. And I didn't manage to equalize completely, I think. There were many interesting lines. Probably I should have started with f6. Somehow I got scared during the game about this idea, sacrificing the knight. But although it does look scary, it's not more than a perpetual for white after something like this, I believe. Strange lines. Not really perpetual. Yes, perpetual. Because I cannot go to h8 because of rook f7. A very nice way to finish the game, right? I exchanged the rooks and played f6 then. But here white doesn't have to take on f6. She just retreats her knight, and even though, I mean, the position looks, it doesn't look very dangerous. I mean, it doesn't look that black might face any serious problems, but it was not that pleasant to play for some reason. No why. For example, here I played king g6, and I was lucky that Alina miscalculated something and played bishop e2, because h4 was a strong move here, with the idea to prepare for f5, bishop g5. She played bishop e2, and here again I thought that I should be okay, threatening to play f5, but then Alina, yes, managed to find this move, which is a very strong move, h4, securing the g5 square. We exchange the rooks, and, well, I should have found a more precise way, but somehow I didn't manage to find it. And Alina, at some point, she could have taken on b6 and got a very nice endgame. She didn't do so. And, well, and here at some point we were running already very short on time, and I went for a very sharp line. Of course, I didn't calculate it till the end. But okay, I was right in my evaluations that my h pawn would give me enough counter chances to make a draw. Although it did look scary, I must say. Well, the key of this line, that after king g3 I have h2. She cannot take because of a fork. And if she goes to g2, I have knight g4 and bishop f3. And suddenly I'm winning. Oh, those passed pawns, huh? They're very, very dangerous. Dangerous creatures, those passed pawns. You should definitely look out for them. Yes, and thank you for following. Any thoughts? Will I get to 10K till the new year? Somehow I decided to give it a try, because I abandoned my channel for a few months. Then I thought that it would be good to start the year with 10,000 followers. So now I'm trying hard, and I appreciate your support. Да, на русском разговариваю. Если это она, это я. But today's stream is in English. Okay, let's go forward to the second round, and that was a little bit painful, I must say. Actually, the second and third round, somehow they didn't go very well for me. Well, here, first of all, we jumped into a very, very long theoretical line, which is called the Breyer variation of the Ruy-Lopez. Not a very often seen guest in today's practice, because Black has so many other choices, such as Berlin and the Marshall, which considered to be like more straightforward. But Breyer, okay, it's a little bit passive for Black, but very solid. And in this game, these moves are all theoretically known. Okay, and my opponent, Alisa Galyamova, she opted for a very strange, setup: Queen c7, Rook b8, Bishop c8. Usually Black is trying to do something on the queen side with the knights, so they protect the knight somehow and try to transfer this knights to the queen side. But my opponent had something else in mind, and here, for some reason, I wanted very much to play knight h4. Usually the knight goes to h2, and that would have been a very nice move here, preparing f4. At some point, since all the pieces, black pieces, now are on the queen side, it's quite logical to start the attack on the king side. But somehow I wanted so much to put my knight to h4, and I thought here for almost half an hour, and I didn't like knight h4 straight away because of h4. No, sorry, because of knight e8, and then f6 and g5. After f4, f6 is coming. And knight h4 is connected with the idea f4 as well. So I played king h1. I waited for her next move, which was quite obvious to be bishop g7. And here I played bishop h6. I had another idea to play a5 and to close this queen side, and then start playing on the king side. Well, that's another story. Bishop h6 is a good move. B takes a4, and my idea was to play knight h4. And rook takes b2 apparently doesn't work here. Well, at least I hope during the games that it wouldn't work because of knight h5. And I have a very dangerous attack here. It seems like close to winning. But my opponent didn't take on b2, which is of course right. And she played queen d8. And she transferred her queen to f8, where the queen protects her king. And it's doing very well. And again, here I thought for a very, very long time. Somehow I wanted to make this move work, and it didn't really work out. And I thought of rook a to b1 move. Also rook to a2 would have been better. But rook a to b1 is fine. Rook a7, bishop takes a4, rook a to b7. This maneuver did look as a good one during the game, but in fact it's not that precise, and in fact black should have somehow, I mean, ask my queen to leave the d file by playing h6. Since here that's the key position of the game, I could have just simply played knight h to f5 check, in h8, and knight h6. And I saw it, and actually I saw another line which I liked also. Well, I mean, I was thinking about bishop takes d7, knight takes d7, knight e3. Attacking the pawn on c4, and after f6, queen h4. Again, I have the threat. If black just protects it, I play f4, and I have a good position. If she takes, I take, I play f4. Well, this position is about equal, because she can counterattack, and we can make a draw, like this. So, getting back to this line, knight h6, another move that I had here, which is a very nice move, because if she takes, I take, and I play f4. And suddenly I managed to create an attack on the king side, and yeah, I think I'm close to winning here. So that's why black needs to be careful, and black needs to play knight g8. And actually I saw this line, and somehow I saw that I don't have anything special here. Well, I don't have to have something special. It's not a Christmas story or a fairy tale. I should have gone for this line, and I should have continued here with bishop takes d7, rook a1. Okay, it's possible rook a1, and then f4. And I have a very pleasant position. Black is still struggling. And yes, it would have been another tournament and another story if I choose this line. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I played f4. I decided to sacrifice the piece and miscalculated everything. Okay, first of all, she had e takes f4 here, which was stronger, but she took my knight here, and here at least I could have tried to get some compensation after knight e3, for example, or bishop c6. I should have played bishop c6. There is no time for like slow moves after you sacrificed material. And this position, okay, well, I don't have like enough compensation, but at least I have some. And since we were approaching the time trouble, like at least would need to show some accuracy. But after the move I made, it just almost like a resign move. I played rook f2, which is too slow because she plays knight c5, and here she has a strong intermediate move, and actually time to resign. I still made a few moves, but too much material was given away. And it's a very unfortunate game because, well, you know, when you play and your opponent plays and your opponent outplays you somehow, you feel that you need to learn, you don't understand something, and here you just give away points, pieces, and that's what happens, unfortunately, quite often in my games. I don't know why. And yes, and you just lose, and next game is coming, and somehow you need to recuperate and prepare, and very unfortunate loss. I'm very unhappy about this game. And the next one was somehow consequences. The next one, okay, I played with Polina Shuvalova. She was on 2 out of 2, yet not 6 out of 6. So I didn't know that. It's definitely her first half of the tournament. And well, she prepared a Catalan defense, which is now clear for the tournament, because usually She is alternating between e4 and d4, and in this tournament she's been playing Catalan with great success, but I didn't expect really this opening to happen. But still, here I took on c3 somehow, I don't know why, and then I didn't take on c3 twice. Okay, I knew that it's a long line which is evaluated as equal, but you don't really jump into such lines without repeating them at home. And but if you are not ready to jump into this line, you don't take on c3. You can even bishop e7 moves that I made, it would have been better here than after taking, because I took and I played bishop e7, and here I almost can resign. My position is very unpleasant, and actually she played well. Okay, I suffered somehow. I started very strange knight maneuvers here. I don't know why. I should have just waited. Rook e8, bishop f8. But after knight e8 and knight d6, my position is absolutely hopeless. And somehow here, instead of playing rook a1 and just securing a huge advantage, Polina decided to give me some chances in the game. She decided to sacrifice a pawn. I didn't really understand why. I didn't understand why, so I took the pawn. And here, since her rook is under attack, she sacrificed another 2 pawns. And we reached this very interesting position with good chances for me to survive in this game. Unfortunately, I didn't crack this nut. I didn't manage to find the best way to proceed. Actually, if you want to train, you can pause the stream and try to figure out the way for black to play. What would you do? How would you play? Why Katerina is not playing? I don't know. It's a question to her. She decided not to play. It's a question. Okay, anyway, I'll just explain a little bit some ideas behind this position. Well, first of all, during the game, I thought that I might just take on e5. But unfortunately for me, I decided to calculate the line. And I calculated. And yes, I calculated till queen a2. I saw bishop takes d2, and I didn't like my position at all. I just didn't see how I can play here, how I can proceed because of this knight f7, bishop d5 threat. Unfortunately for me, for myself, I didn't see the c5 move, which is very, very strong. Because if I don't take on d2, first, her rook is not protected, so she cannot play knight f7 because of queen takes e1. And if she plays bishop d5, I have rook e7. A very nice maneuver, c5 and rook e7, which could have saved me the game. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. I saw this position. I didn't see this idea, c5, rook e7, and I thought that it's hopeless. That's why I didn't take on e5. And that's why I played f5. Unfortunately, I didn't even consider bishop b5 move that I have a donation. Thank you. От Санька. Просто так. Ну, замечательно. Напоминает мне о мультике. Просто так. Bishop b5 was a very nice move. The idea is after bishop queen g4 to play f5, but here I have an extra tempo. compared to the game. And in fact, white doesn't even have any threats here. And I have a very nice a possibility to trap the queen if she plays queen d5, bishop d5. And if she retreats the queen, I can play queen c8. Somehow no direct threats from white. If she plays e6, my bishop is doing great on e7, blockading this pawn. But I didn't manage to find bishop b5. I played f5, and queen takes f5 is not really the right move to play. But here again we reached another very important position, the last chance for me in this game to survive. But I wasn't really even close. I made a very bad move. I made a blunder, g6. Somehow I didn't see that the knight is protecting the f2 pawn. I had, again, bishop b5 was like the strongest move probably here, but very difficult to even start thinking about. Okay, king takes h3 is not a threat, that's I saw. But you know, when your knight is under attack, when the rook h1 seems to be coming, you just don't look at this queen side and make waiting moves. Although I did consider c5, and it was a good move, but I decided that white is playing rook h1, and here I should have seen bishop c6. Okay, it's so easy to see when you have the computer running, but it's just impossible to find when you have about 10 minutes till the time control, and during the game just shows how different chess is when you are actually playing. And yes, and I didn't manage. Bishop b5, knight takes f4 was another very interesting idea. This idea to sacrifice here and to play bishop b4. Hard again to look to this side of the board when it seems as rook h1 is coming, but rook h1 does not work here because of queen g6 check. And if she goes to the h file, then she doesn't threat to take on h5 anymore. If she plays king f1, I believe I have bishop b5, and she cannot take because of queen h5, because of those pins. Very nice pins. Yes, that was another possibility to complicate and not to lose. Bishop c6 when bishop c6. Here bishop c6, if you're asking about this moment, then I thought about this move, but I didn't like this line, which is rightly not to like. I think I'm losing here. Bishop c6 was the move that I considered as well. So I considered here bishop c6, knight f4, g6, and c5. Unfortunately, I mean, you need to play bishop c6 after c5. Only after it's much stronger. And it's so hard to understand why. Probably because the pawn on d4 is not hanging. If we compare these lines, almost the same, right? Almost the same, but somehow here it's just hopeless. After e6, black is losing, and here the position is actually, well, not winning for black, but better for black. find five differences, you know. It's just a small one difference, that the pawn is not on c7 and on c5, just making my position winning, not losing. And because here, yes, just rook d4 is coming, and that's it, you see. The central pawn is not protected, and the 7th rank is covered, and that's what makes the story. Yeah. Okay. So here I was. It's half a point out of 3, and an immediate and such a strong desire to finish this tournament as soon as possible. But the tournament went on. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. In chess, you cannot really quit the tournament. Well, I mean, you can, but it doesn't look that great just to quit it. And you need to go back home, check your mistakes, prepare for your next rounds, and try to forget about what just happened in the 2 previous ones. And yes, here I was. This 4th round actually went very well for me. Well, I didn't go for any long theoretical discussions in this game. After the game with Galyamova, I didn't feel like it. Probably with Galyamova I shouldn't have gone as well, but anyway, that's another story. I made this d3 move. I prepared this knight c3 idea, which seems to be quite trendy nowadays. Bishop a7, a4, and here my opponent made a mistake, which I failed to prove that, to show that this move was not a very precise one. I had a very strong idea here. I should have taken and played bishop d5. And the idea behind this, that if she takes, then bishop e3 is coming. That's the key idea of this whole line. That's why black should play bishop d7. So I then don't have this tempi. And after bishop e6, yes, I could have gotten a very nice advantage, because it seems as king d7 is the only move here which not loses material. But then I can castle. Well, with the king on d7, you know, it's another story. I castled immediately and played bishop e3, and actually the position is about equal. She could have taken on e3, taken on d5 and played knight e7. But she made a move that actually almost loses the game. It doesn't really blunder any pieces, but sometimes in chess, it's rare, but it happens that you make such a move. Well, I say it's rare, but in my games it's quite often actually. You make such a move, it's not a terrible blunder, but somehow just the game is over after, almost on the spot. She played knight d7. And why is this move that bad? Actually, White's idea is to prepare and play d4 at some point. And as you can see, the knight is attacking the center. It's attacking the central pawn on e4. And nevertheless, White in this line, they do play d4, they sacrifice this pawn. But after knight d7, I don't need to worry about it. I just took on b5, I played d4, and suddenly what do we see? I have 2 pawns in the center, and what's more important, this bishop is somehow cut out of the play. It's not feeling comfortable on a7. And all the rest was quite easy. I played bishop queen d3, I wasn't really worried about doubling the pawns here. Because she doesn't really have time, my opponent doesn't have time to go for an attack. Somehow this attack doesn't work. And in the game she played rook b8, but then I have time to regroup my pieces, to place my rook on the g file, which protects and attacks at the same time. And well, the rest is easy but quite beautiful. f6 is a very nice intermediate move. Very nice intermediate move. My opponent played g5. Here I have a choice, but queen f5 seems to be killing immediately. Knight is hanging, bishop c2 is threatening. Yes, and that's how the game finished. And actually, that was such a short game that I didn't even have time and power to go back home and to sign up for the title Tuesday. Did you see my performance on the title Tuesday? I will try to download this file, upload this highlight file if you didn't see it. Me winning against Aik Martirosyan. Where is it? Where is this file? I will try to find it. I will try to find and download it now. Just a sec. Just a second. Yes, and while I'm looking for it, please press this button, follow. Don't forget about my quest. I wanna get to 10,000 followers till the new year. Do you think it's possible or not? What do you think? Thank you. I believe that means you think it's possible. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, let me. I cannot find it, but I will manage to. I know I will manage to. For the moment I remind you, yes, that's the file, I think. Talk. Yes, I found it. Just a second. I found it. I will upload it and will show you this. My highlight of the Tuesday. Tuesday highlight. Yes, I can hear that you are supporting my quest. Okay. Here we go. That's my title Tuesday highlight. I was on 2 out of 2 at that time. And yeah, somehow I managed to get a winning position in the end game. Так, 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 так. Мат! Yes! Вы это не видели, я это не видела, все мы этого не видели. Вот. Yes, that was an amazing game. I was very happy about it, and actually I was even happier that the I should not say that, but anyway, that's how it felt. The chess.com server went down or something happened, and the tournament was cancelled. I was on 3 out of 3, and I was running low already on power. I was very tired at that time, and yeah. It was about it. So I finished the title Tuesday with a 100% score. And it saved me. It saved some energy for me to play the next round, which was quite tense. We played the same line actually that Jan Nepomniachtchi used yesterday against Alexei Gaganov. a very strange looking line, I should say. At least black's pawns look very unusual, and I mean, normally we would not recommend people to opt for such lines with such a broken pawn structure, but somehow it's sometimes the way to get a complicated position. No, I'm not gonna be the Russian champion this year, but I will try to finish it well, which is already quite a hard task after what I did at the beginning of the tournament. Anyway, this one is well, I cannot say a well-known theory, but it's quite known theoretical line. And Jan opted for rook b8. I should have played rook b8 as well, because after I played bishop a6, after what happened in the game, she has a better position. Still, my pawns, look at my pawns, they're terrible. But luckily for me, my opponent decided to exchange some of my weaknesses. She didn't play bishop e3. Would have protected her pawn on d4 and then attack the pawn on e6. She decided to exchange these pawns, but that gave me some counter chances. Her pieces are less developed than mine, and somehow she didn't find the right way to regroup her pieces. And after knight d7 here I was very happy, because my knight was heading to the right spot. It felt like I have a good position. But unfortunately for me, I failed again once again. I failed to find the best continuation here. Failed to do it. I don't know why. I mean, I know, but I calculated, I think, for 20 minutes here, and somehow c3. Of course I calculated. What I didn't like, I even don't remember what I didn't like. Probably bishop e5. Or there is a bishop b1. Bishop c1. I think that was the line that somehow I didn't go for this line, but for some reason, even if I retreat the rook here, hard to believe, but I'm close to winning. It was not that obvious to me that I'm close to winning here. I just didn't evaluate this line correctly. And same here. Bishop d3, a very important move to 4c, and rook b1 is coming, and I'm just simply winning here. So that was the way to continue, and I made a blunder again, a terrible blunder. Rook e8. Somehow I missed bishop e3 completely. I thought that knight takes d4 is the only move. And I like this position very much, which is a correct assessment of the position. But after bishop e3, somehow I realized that I'm close to losing again. Yes. Very unfortunate realization. After the moment ago, I knew I was winning. And somehow after bishop e3, I was close to losing. And I was 20 minutes till the time control. And I spent 16 out of them here. And went for direct line. Well, white should have taken with the queen, probably. And then I would suffer for some time in order to make a draw. I think I will manage, but still a question whether I will or not. But my opponent believes that she is winning after bishop takes d2, so it somehow set up a trap. And eventually, actually, she thought that she is winning, and she was right, but she missed. I mean, if not, I mean, the moves that I made, she would have been correct in her evaluation. But luckily for me, I have this g5 move, of course, which I saw when I went for this line. I didn't know how to evaluate this position where she sacrifices the queen, and it seems that it's about equal, but at the same time I think it's easier for white to play. I don't know what would have happened in the game. Luckily for me, my opponent played bishop takes f6, and after this move I'm winning easily. Bishop d3. Again, the key construction of my position. And yes. And the rest is easy, as they say. The rest is easy. And yesterday I played with Alexandra Goryachkina. Well, that was a very quiet game. Alexandra equalized in the bishop's opening. She opted for a very good line for black. She was precise in the opening, and well, I didn't really like my opening idea with b4 very much, but somehow I did manage to get a good position. No, because Alexandra was not precise enough till the end. And actually, and I was watching the review of the round last night by Evgeny Tomashevsky and Maria Emelianova on chess.com.ru. I'm gonna share with you today. Evgeny mentioned that this was the last, the only moment where I could have tried to pose any questions to Alexandra, and actually somehow during the game I had the right thought. I thought, if only I could bring my king to the d3 square. So I had this right thought, but somehow I didn't manage to go a little bit further and say, okay, if I want to get my king to d3, what should I do? And the right move here seems to be bishop e3, with the idea actually to get my king to d3. Somehow I didn't, I thought I wanted to get my king to d3, and that's why I played king f3 and knight f4, thinking that if she goes to a6 and she went to f6, then I will manage to bring my king to d3. And I did manage to bring it to d3, but somehow this rook transfer, which seemed to me very dubious, is a good one. Although, I was not impressed by it. I thought that it's not the right way for black to proceed. But if she doesn't go with the rook to the a file, then I can try to push my pawn's advantage on the queen side. Anyway, but the game ended very nicely, I think. I managed to find an idea where I'm kind of cutting off the black rook and the black knight from the game, because there is no way black rook can get back to the game. But black has a threat to play a5, knight takes a3 and b4, and because of this threat I should make a draw. Okay, that was it for the first half of the super final. And yeah, you can see on the photos. The photos are Maria Emilianova's photos, which she is working on the site. She's taking photos, great as usual photos, and doing interviews with the players. Again, on chess.com.ru, you can see those reviews and listen to those interviews. And if you speak Russian, you're more than welcome to join. More than welcome to join this channel. And for me, yeah, Superfinal is in Moscow. We're playing in a very nice place in the Central Chess House. It used to be called Central Chess Club of Moscow, where actually many World Championship matches have been played, such as Botvinnik Bronstein, for example, and probably Botvinnik Smyslov as well. I'm not sure. Need to check. So, but it's been redecorated. This Central Chess House, it's now called, and it's very beautiful. If you are in Moscow one day, just a place to visit. There is a chess museum with a Karpov-Kasparov table, the table where the match of 1985, I believe, was played. I have no idea what cyberpunk is, actually, and today I have different plans to get hip. And yes, I need to get some rest because I have five more rounds to go in the Russian Superfinal, and these rounds are gonna be quite tough one. And yeah, hopefully I will have some more good news and good games to share with you. I'm planning my next stream on this channel right after the end of the Russian Superfinal, the next morning, December 17th, I believe at 10 a.m. in the morning in Moscow. So I hope to see all of you in a week, right? In less than a week, 6 days. Yes, and I am on almost 9,300 viewers. Yes, my next game is gonna be against Valentina Gunina. I'm gonna play black, even though she doesn't have a good tournament, but you know, Valentina, it's a very tough opponent. And I'd like to finish this stream on 9,300 viewers. Will you help me? Shall we wait for 3 more followers? I like round numbers. So here comes the first one. Here comes the first. It's still, why it doesn't update? Why it says 9,297? Somebody followed and it's still at 9,297. Probably somebody unfollowed during that time, and I don't have a notification on of unfollowers. Yeah, thank you for your wishes anyway. I was happy to see you here today. Okay, let's try. No, my rating is not round number. That makes me unhappy. Ah, here we go. You see, 9,300. Actually, we have such a nice weather in Moscow right now. Just a perfect winter weather. With around -5 Celsius, just below the zero, and unfortunately not snow, but sunny. All those days have been sunny, and да, я из России. But today's stream was in English, and I am about to end it. Where should I do a rate to? I see that Chess Bra is streaming chess. Let me then send you a rate to Chess Bra. Thank you all for passing by, and I hope to see you next Thursday, 17th. Next Thursday with some more news about the second half of the Russian Superfinal. Take care, play chess as usual, and see you all soon. Bye.